And a well-matched game, this one, I think.
Yeah, Cormac had a good win. Black ball's in. Cormac had a good win against Craig in the last round. Craig Waddingham.
Yep.
So yeah, should be a good game. Karl's playing well. Yeah. So that is a... If anyone doesn't know the rules on the break, if the black ball goes in without any other balls, the black ball comes out and the other player plays. If he pots a red or yellow with the black, then he stays at the table.
Yep.
And continues. So he's obviously potted a yellow with the black, which you can see in the ball tray there. So the referee's just trying to get this black ball as close to its spot as he can in a direct line underneath it. And away we go.
Very well explained. So yeah, they just carry on as they were, essentially. And I've got to say, yellows look pretty good. I guess the hardest ball to get on was the one that he's gone for here.
Yeah, and he's got to be a little bit careful because he's probably going to have to... I don't know if he can stun out. Or he could run through just enough, so yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, it should be fairly straightforward now for the first frame. As you said, they're both playing well. Across on the other table, there's a 6-red shootout happening, which we'll keep a close eye on. Phil Parker and Josh Kane involved in that one in a crucial game. So the last 16 shaping up. John McAllister through, and Jez Graham also in the quarters. Aaron Davis brushed aside Karl Cope. Karl's been taking all kinds of sculpts this weekend, but Aaron Davis put a stop to that. So there's 3 players already through.
Oh, I was just going to say, Cormac has just played a lovely little delicate screw shot on his last shot, but he's just missed that roll in. So Karl will be delighted, and he can't quite play the loss of turn here, but if the white was maybe a few inches to the left, he could have played the red nearest the yellow in the jaws and just drift in behind all of his other reds. So you may have to try and go for these. That's a nice shot, beautiful shot.
Oh, very nice.
So these 2 reds at the bottom, I don't think any of them go to the bottom right. So the key is find your last ball at the top of the table to come down and just land the cue ball as close to the bottom cushion as you can, if you like, and just leave the outside one to the right middle. He's going to bail out.
Yeah.
Bit surprised. Doesn't want to tie these 2 reds up either. Which he has done. Yeah.
I am surprised about that. Generally, quite an attacking player. I guess he just didn't see the clearance in his mind. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what he does with cue ball. Well, if he gets cue ball in hand, he'll obviously bring the white ball down to the bottom of the table. Well, he's opened the reds up anyway, so yeah, turned out to be the right shot in the end. And I think the top red probably does just about go. So he's either going to probably clear these 2 at the bottom first, because I don't think this one he's looking at is a guaranteed big bag or plant. Yeah. So I think I'd rather clear these 2 at the bottom and just take them 4 last.
I guess in the ideal world, if that is a big pocket, then you can take... Oh, dear me.
Oh, dear. And this is a big pocket for Cormac, so... Yeah, this is going to be 1-0.
Didn't expect that from Karl Sutton.
You know, it's not the first occasion this weekend there's been a malfunction with the clock, the shot clock, match clock.
Yeah, it's key to get it right.
But at that point of the match, you know, when you're into the last 10 seconds of the match, the beeps are going for the last 10 seconds, so you know what the clock is on. Phil with 2 yellows left, the clock disappeared on 10 seconds. He may not have known that was bang on 10 seconds, and in his head he's trying to guess, if he can get the clearance in. And so he's potted the black, thinking he's won. They've gone and checked it. They've been away for a good 10 minutes, I think. And then turns out that he didn't get it in time. Chris had already gone to his room, throwing his cue in the air and all sorts probably. And he's got to come back and do a 6-red shootout. And Chris has just set a time of 23:08, roughly.
That's going to be a hard
it's
time
not
to
bad.
beat.
Yeah, it's a good time to set, so that'll be an interesting one. Phil is obviously a very fast player and suits his game, but who knows what state of mind he's in. But meanwhile, Karl has got a chance on yellows to make it one each. It's just that yellow in the mid. The yellow is nearest now. It's just, it's the hardest ball to get on, but actually it's quite easy after this shot. So because of where the yellow is to the left middle, so we'll just dribble this one in, dead weight, and then just roll this one through for the red to right middle, yellow to right middle, yellow to right corner, and then black to the right middle.
Sounds easy.
It's easy to commentate on.
So, Karl, simple yellow, and what should be a simple 8 ball, and is, to level things up. Breaking off in frame 3. Cut break. Finds that ball into middle pocket. Didn't play that with any pace at all, really controlled shot. Relying on that ball to go in the middle pocket. If it doesn't, then you're often in trouble. But he finds it and he's away. Just a bit awkward, isn't it? It's
Yeah, I think either set you have to do some dislodging. So I think red's the better ball. Yeah, nice shot, and he's perfect as well. So he can just put this one he's closest to now and play the other two at this end of the table into either middle probably. No, he's gonna leave the one to the right middle now. He'll leave that to the bottom right last. So he might not. He might be going middle. Yeah. Doesn't really matter which way, because either of those 3 balls at the top they track down nicely for the black anyway. So probably leave the one to the top right as his last ball for the black. No, it's going to be top left. So
I guess you've also got to feel a bit sorry for Greg Batten and Josh Kane. I mean, Greg's been waiting to. That game was due to go on at 2 o'clock, so they've been hanging around for quite a while.
Yeah, and they were actually ready to lag, and then the referee come over and say, no, come back off because we'll have a 6-red shootout.
Yeah. So somewhat behind schedule on table 2. And away we go. Karl Sutton breaking centre ball break. Or centre break, should I say, front ball.
Yeah, he's got I thought he'd had that last yellow, but you'll see a lot with Karl. He does spin the cue ball a lot on the break. But at least he's hitting the top ball a bit more flusher than what he sort of has done in the past. So so he's not losing the cue ball to the sides, which he used to go in off a lot in the middles.
Yeah.
He does have a break cue, but he's not using it in a minute.
A lot of players.
New tip.
Yeah, a lot of players taking quite a bit off the break. Most players breaking at about 60%. I think you could have made a case.
Oh, he's fouled there.
Oh, he has
The referee's called a foul.
I'm not sure.
It's open table.
Was that wasn't a time foul, was it? It must have
He's bridging over the red and yellow. He must have either
touched it, yeah.
Touched it or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that was a great chance.
If he can, I think yellows are the better set. Cormac chose reds, but I think if he can place the white there exactly,
Yeah.
then yellows are the balls. And that's why Cormac went reds, because this ball is actually quite a difficult one to land on. But if he chooses to go reds, then they have their own problems. So this is definitely the right choice.
Took his time to settle on the shot, but
Yeah, he just wanted to leave I think ideally he'd like to just try to leave a natural angle to float past the yellow, play the yellow nearest the 8 ball to the bottom right. You don't really want to be dropping it into the middle. But if the yellow on the blue spot goes to top right, then he's just got to drop it in. But if it didn't, he'd have had a bit of work to do. So, but he would have known that before playing this shot. So just make sure of the pot. Yeah, I think I'll play the yellow over the middle now, to be honest, because it doesn't really matter. But leaving the yellow over the hole last is just an easy run down off 1 or 2 cushions for the black. Just don't be on the rail.
looks good.
Yeah, and you either play this with a little bit of sort of soft stun screw to come straight down, or top right hand side. I'll play the one with side. Yeah.
So obviously everything's been split this weekend. So you've got 2 tiers within the Challenger. Tier 1, Tier 2. And also the ladies event now has a Pro and a Challenger section. And
he's made that ball into the left middle again. I haven't been watching him, but just judging by your commentary earlier, it sounds like he's been doing it quite a lot.
the prelims for the Pro Series 2 have also underway. Andy Williams has beaten Gary Clark. Peter Mullaney's beat Colt Bedford. Clayton Castaldi is 6-2 up on Sean Sharkey. Sean Sharkey's just been beaten by Jez Graham in event 1. So
that Peter Mullaney Colt Bedford game, I think Peter didn't realise he was on, and he started the game 1-0 down.
Oh.
So he's done well to. Because Cole was flying last year, wasn't he?
Yeah. Adam Basu beat Callum Singleton. Lewis Roberts beat Emma Cunningham. Dave Fernandez beat A.B. Beauchamp. Eddie Barker beat Chris Hampson, and Andrew Patchett beat Ryan Fleming. So those are the prelims out of the way for Pro Event 2. Pro Event 1 is going to be played down to a final this evening, so they go all the way. So we're going to see a result tonight. Semi-finals, well, quarter-finals, semi-finals and finals all played throughout the afternoon and evening.
Does the Pro Series 2 finish tomorrow night?
Yep, Pro Series 2.
I think that's a better way to do it. The Friday night and Saturday night finals.
Yeah, and then Sunday is dedicated to Challenger and ladies.
Mm. I think it's important to have the main event finals in the heart of the weekend, so you get the spectators, you know, come a Sunday, everyone's gone home, a lot of people have gone home. And sometimes it just feels a bit flat, doesn't it, when you're watching it? So hopefully it'll be a good spectacle later.
It's a real minefield in the challenging out the Challenger Tier 2. There's going to be some close games in that, I would have thought. Very level playing field. There's some great players in there, but no one who particularly stands out. Nice from Cormac. Again, all staying on serve.
Yeah, Cormac looks like he's nailed that cut break, judging by the first couple I've seen. So it's important Karl can also break consistently in this match to have a chance. He's got a ball, but he's got clusters. And at first glance, neither set looked that great. See, Karl took a little bit off that, I think, just to try and control the cue ball. You can see it spinning again, but not as much as before. I think he might just roll up to the yellow and leave the white ball touching the yellow while he's just screwing the red out. Same result.
So when are you back in action?
I've got a bye in the second event, so I'm into the last 32 already.
Oh,
because
wow.
Joe O'Connor is not here, so I don't think I'm playing till tomorrow. So I've had a day off. Yeah, nice shot from Cormac. He's decided to go for these. Karl kind of played the percentage shot because I think going for them, you're probably odds on not to get them. So if Cormac gets these, then fair play. He's just got to control this out of the draws. He's missed the red. So, and I think Karl can play the plant easy enough on the right hand side, cushion first. So actually, I think he's got a really good chance here. Just got to control the pace of this first shot. I think the shot to do it is over the straight yellow to middle now. Just screw back along the same line. Yeah, the yellow he's looking at now, I'd probably leave them to last. Just because you want to get rid of the plant as early as possible, really, and leave one of those balls over the middle as your backup option. So screw back for the plant now. It's just under hit it. I'm sure he's played for the plant. Okay, so he's going to rely on just leaving a good angle on this ball to the bottom right, and then track up between those four reds for the plant. It's just a little bit less margin for error, but if you can leave a natural, just doesn't want to be straight, doesn't want a big bounce, and he's pretty good. He's just got to play a delicate little stun shot because it's not a plain ball.
Yeah, it's not
natural
a
line,
is it?
So he's just got to stun it well. Yeah.
Takes you up towards the red.
If he gets his shot right, then it's a nice way to go. Yeah, he's played it okay. He's bridging over. And I guess the more angle the better. It just means the cue ball is going to be over to the left hand side of the table, which is where you want to be, really. So I'll definitely be playing this cushion first, even if it goes direct. I'll be making sure I'm cushion first here. Yeah, perfect. So there was a couple of ways to go about that, and he chose to clear the two at the bottom first, which just meant you had to get these three perfect, and he has, to be fair. It just makes the transition to the black even easier. However, he's under-hit that, I think. Yeah, by quite a way. That's a poor shot from Karl. So he's now got to find the line, down then back up, and try and leave the white near where the yellow is now.
Yeah, the red's in the way of being able to stun across the right cushion. I think the black does pass to left centre, but
Yeah, I think he's got a bit
red's
too
in the
much
way.
angle. That's a really tricky shot.
Yeah,
Whereas coming up and down, it's a more natural line, but it looks like he's playing the shot. Okay, he decided to just go into the red and leave himself a shot.
yeah, a bit of risk involved in that. Any harder and the cue ball was tracking towards the middle, but he's okay. Should just be able to drop this in.
Yep.
Still nothing between the two players. So cut break, we're looking at the yellow. He's aimed at going to middle. Doesn't get it that time.
He's got a different one.
Yeah.
Normally when you do make that ball, that is the only one that goes in, isn't it?
Yeah. He was a little bit fortunate there that a red found its way in.
Yeah, mainly because nothing else really opened. It just kind of went away and stopped. But again, a tricky layout.
It is.
And can't see a good route on either. Can't see how you're gonna get your balls out in one. I think yellows are less work to do on yellows, but
Just wondering if you take the red to top right and then get the one off the side cushion in this shot. Yeah, that's what he's gone for.
I just don't. But that one at the top of the table, does that go now? It's one of them. You want to be in the jaws of the corner just to pot it from there. You don't want to be going into the yellow, double kissing it and leaving the white ball up there. So, and obviously with two reds to the left-hand cushion,
I think that's got to be his only option, hasn't it? There's nothing else there.
I don't think it goes, to be honest. I think it's just setting it up.
Yeah.
Either that or it did go and he just didn't fancy the... Because on them sort of lines you can actually get a double kiss on the yellow and the white ball can actually go over to the red that you've just hit and knock it out of the way.
Yeah.
I think the shot I'd have played with Cormac would have been to screw into that ball rather than the one on the side cushion, because there is a chance if you go into it at pace, it could have even developed the balls towards the left hand side cushion and maybe even move the other awkward one. But Karl's just missed the pot to the middle.
Yeah, it was a tough opener. I think Cormac's going to be left with a long pop down the cushion. Tough opener. No.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if he likes them sort of half ball cuts down the rail, because he had a black against Craig and to win 7-6, and he chose to double the black after the ball before flew in down the rail off the cushion. It was a surprising choice, knowing that they do give down the rails, and he didn't cue that one very nicely either. So good chance for Karl.
Yeah, the yellow that is just below the cue ball now, that is probably the hardest one to get on now. It doesn't go to bottom left, bottom right.
I think he's got to play these two to the right middle first. I'd play the difficult one now if that was me.
Yeah.
And then go up for the two at the top and leave them two at the bottom last, because he's not. See that red that he's nearest now played really big on that shot, and that's why he's not quite got good on this. But if he'd have played the yellow below the one he's just played and then played the one he's just played and then gone up the table, you can see that with those two yellows left at the bottom last, both middle pockets are open for the yellow below the black, and you're guaranteed to leave a good angle on the second last yellow to get over there. So he's going to be rerouting quite a bit here.
Decent recovery.
Yeah, and now he's got the same scenario. If he plays the yellow to the right middle now, the ball he's nearest, you want to leave to float between the gap of the red and yellow for the yellow last ball near the black, because there's no other decent ball to get good on it. He's looking at the plant, but that's risky. He's definitely got to play the yellow to the right middle, I think, here.
He's tempted by that.
Yeah, he's tempted by the plant because he knows if it goes in, it's frame over.
I'm not sure that's the right shot.
He's got to play right middle and then go top left. Well, he's coming round for it now, actually. He's not hit it. He's not hit it. He's got there for the corner. It's not too bad. I'll be honest, I didn't really see that shot, and that was the right shot.
He's going to have to play this with a bit of pace.
Yeah, played it nice.
Yeah.
He wants to be on that ball, that's why he's stayed down on his cue. It still goes to the right, top right. But can he avoid the red? Can he avoid the red on the left-hand side cushion, because he wants the cue ball over to the right-hand side of the table, really. So he may go bottom right, top left, and stun down the left-hand side of the table for the right middle.
I think that's the right way. Just take your medicine now. He's a little bit close to that yellow. As you say, probably can't get past the red.
He's a bit straighter than he wanted, so he's got to kind of force it over.
Could cue towards the red on the right hand side to the right hand side of the 8, couldn't he? Just
could do. I think
use that as a guide.
I think he'll play the stun over though for the black to right middle.
Yeah, less risk.
Has he got the pace?
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely shot. Beautiful.
Very good. So this one is first one against the serve. So advantage to Karl Sutton. He's now 4-3 up, and he breaks in the next.
But yeah, it's good to see the rest of the clearance like that.
Not
dry.
Yeah.
And
a couple of dries.
Had a little bit of right hand side on that one. I think that's where he goes. He chucks right hand side on the cue ball. There was a fraction on that one. But you can see he's trying to time it and cue straighter more than power. So Cormac has got the obvious problem is the red to the left hand cushion. The yellows are just a no-go because of the yellow to the bottom right. So
yeah, the red.
Well, he's going yellows. He's going to go into the yellow now. It's just a very strange shot, to be honest.
I mean, even if you get that out, they're just a mess, aren't they?
Yeah, he could have gone reds and even just promoted the really awkward red and let Karl deal with that problem.
Yeah. Oh, it's a smelly old table now.
Be interesting to see how he goes about this. He's just going to keep potting balls.
Not quite sure what he's lining
yeah,
up
there's
here.
no point. There's no point in a loss of turn because Karl's probably going to end up doing the same back.
Yeah.
Or he's going to leave Karl a big bag.
Especially if he's looking at trying to develop off this shot as well. That ball on no, he's not. He's just.
Yeah, Karl's in a lot of control here.
Yeah, I mean,
it's still difficult to work out what the right shot here is though, because in some ways pot on the red is the right shot over the old, because the longer that's there in the jaws, that makes Cormac's yellow easier.
Yeah.
And he's not really got anything else apart from drift off this red that he's now going to do.
I did wonder if this was maybe developing that red at the top of the table.
He wants to keep the red on the table. Look, he's going to try and... No, he's now going to pot it. Yeah, and I think that's the right shot. And he's got on the awkward ball. He's played it really well, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a very good shot.
But this is where these rules are different to any other. Like, in some ways, he's forced to go for these now. Because he's going to pot another ball, and then the less balls you've got on the table, the less favourite you become.
Yeah.
So he's kind of forced into going for these. And I don't see a good ball to get that red out. Yeah, so no, it's a nice shot. I did watch Karl against Ronan. They had a few tactical battles, Karl played a few nice sort of match clock shots as well. He was in front and the match clock was ticking, and he managed to hang the frames out. Ronan also turned a couple of frames over, but just too little too late in the end. But you can see Karl is thinking straight. Cormac's just, again, I don't think he knows what he was going to do there apart from try and find an angle from somewhere and make the clearance.
It was good pressure from Karl. And there was nothing really to go at. Push that red on the side cushion.
Yeah, Karl straight away put the cue ball in the only place where the red is potable, which shows you how difficult this was to get on or get out. And then he's going to be on the other awkward one, which goes to the right. But yeah, as you say, the red has just gone to the side cushion near the black, so that has become another tricky-ish ball. But if he can, the shot here is if he can stun to the red on the cushion, and then leave the red over the middle as his third last ball, he's then got a free go to get the ball out with the red sitting over the hole. So now run this one through, leave the angle on the red to the middle, and use one or two cushions and just kick the red out, because there's no gap between the red and cushion, so you're guaranteed to get the red out.
And he's got the ball over the pocket as his recovery ball. Yeah,
and that is the key to playing these cannon shots. It's all about timing, and this is the right time to do it. It's not natural. He's got to play a little half stun with right hand side, but he's seen it straight away. He may be able to get it with just topspin and a bit of pace. Yeah, so you needed a little bit more pace or a bit more stun.
Could be forced to double this now, isn't he?
That was a big target. That was a big target, and the key was just to get the ball moving with the red sitting there. So now he's got to either go into it again or decide to leave a double.
A lot of pressure on that double as well.
And actually, yes, he'll be a good shot to get on the double, because he's got to use two cushions and come back out. He's half played the cannon and the double, I think. Oh, he's okay there. He'll settle for that. This is about as nice as you want a corner double. It's probably just off straight, I'd say.
Got it.
Yep.
And Bed's in his lead now.
Whereas a lot of the other players left in without, not knowing off the top of my head, but not many of them will have a title to their name.
No.
But yeah, with Tom, Stevie and Chris all going out in the first round on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Parkin and Coalfield, Rob Warren and Phil Harrison. Christoph Lambert's obviously lifted one. Dom Cooney won one in season one.
Yeah.
Karl, Aaron Davis still there. And Greg Batten now 3-0 up against Josh Kane.
Yeah, you can't, to be honest, you can't really call it, can you? You can't call a winner.
Yeah,
You'd probably look at Phil as a favourite because he had a good end to last season.
Yep.
And he's obviously regarded as one of the greats of the game, so you probably have him down as favourite. John's playing well. He beat me yesterday. Played pretty well, and by all accounts, has been pretty dominant as well in his victories since then as well. I think so. He must be playing pretty good.
He is playing well. Yeah, I watched him earlier and commentated on one of his games. He is playing a good game. But, Cormac's still there. He's got another very good opportunity here. He's definitely not going to be giving up.
Yeah, and he's not dry breaking, so you always got to, when you know your pot and ball's on the break, you know that you're gonna, if you can just break Karl's serve, you're gonna be in with a shout to come back.
Yeah, and the way Karl's been breaking, he's had a couple of dry breaks now, so Cormac will still fancy it, but he's just run out of position slightly here. He's going to be playing this yellow back into a blind pocket. Unless he can get past it for the one to top right. I think he can. Yeah. That's...
He'll settle for that. He did play to be there, but couldn't really go wrong. He's just got to... he's just going to leave the last yellow at distance. Yeah.
Yeah, just around about where the cue ball is now, just to the right hand
Yeah,
side
he's
of that
fine.
would be perfect. Yeah. Just don't decelerate. And he doesn't.
He has his hand very to the side, doesn't he? His fingers don't really open as wide as a normal.
So,
Right, let's see if Karl can hit the centre of the white on this one. As long as he hits the centre of the red, that's all he'll be worried about. He actually hit them better than the last one. He had a trace of left on at that time. But they just didn't. I think when you're going for the timing break, if you don't get that instant ball down, you're starting to panic because you know the balls aren't flying around the table. And Cormac has got a lovely little layout again to make it 5 apiece.
Our game changes. Couple of frames swinging back in favour of Cormac if he can complete this clearance, level things up. Anyone's game again.
He's played that nice. That's a better shot than it looks.
Secured it well.
Yeah, he's timing the ball well. Couple of little shots there which require good timing.
And just like that, Karl Sutton break. It's the 3rd dry break. I mean, the fact that he's had 3 dry breaks and it's 5 each sets up again for this cut break. Yellow tracks straight towards the middle pocket. And pots another one as well. Actually, the reds look pretty good here.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say get rid of this one first. I'm sure the black goes to right middle, but it definitely goes to the top left. So get rid of that, and then your next ball that you want to get rid of early is the one closest to the bottom right hand corner. So the sooner you get on that, the better. And it doesn't really matter which ball he has last ball to go up for the black. Ideally one he's nearest now. He's done well to hold that if he's on it. If he's not on it, he's got to bridge over and play one top left, I think.
I think he has found the gap.
But can he get out? Because none of them balls go to left centre by the looks of things, so he might have to end up playing a ball to the top left hand pocket. I think he's got one of them funny angles where he can't quite run through and he can't screw out. He might have to play a little forced stun shot. Oh, he's at the yellow.
Well,
That's incredible. He obviously wasn't quite on it. He was obviously tighter than it looked. Yeah, you can see there he wasn't. Yeah, he couldn't pot it thin. If he could pot this ball thin, and that's why he's hit the yellow, because he's trying to pot the red thin. He's actually tied the 2 yellows up. So you might see Karl play a safety here if it's not a plant. And if that yellow doesn't go past the red, he'd had a bit of form really. Don't get me wrong, he's still going to be in a lot of trouble, but normally when you foul in the middle of a frame, your opponent just rolls them in and wins the frame. But
Yep.
now he's got a hit and hope chance. And yeah, I don't think that yellow goes top left, does it?
No.
What do you think?
No. Yeah, it's all about that ball next to the 8 and whether it does pass.
If the yellow on the blue spot goes to the right centre, then the shot is to play the plant now, just screw the white back a bit, and then leave that ball to the right centre and stun into the yellow next to the black, because the ball he's now going to be hitting should sit close to the left middle. And then he's just going to have to come down for the yellow at the bottom, probably last. Yeah. So if the yellow goes to the right middle near the black, then again he's absolutely fine. But it's very hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, instinct says it probably does.
Well, I would say that shot he's played suggests it does, because if it doesn't go, then he's relying on an unnatural cannon. So I'm not sure this is great either, to be honest. He's shaking his head. If it does go right centre, he's got to drag this in with run inside, which is not a nice shot. So he's going to try and screw this one. Soft screw. Yeah, he's just overhit it, you see.
It's still okay if that yellow goes, but
The yellow next to the black doesn't go top left, because he's been, you can tell by his mannerisms that it doesn't go.
yeah.
Oh, it must go.
Must do.
Well, in that case, the first shot to screw down for the... Does that go? Or has he played the cannon? It must go.
I think it does, yeah. All about the angle he leaves on his next shot to get up table.
Is he playing the loss of turn?
Maybe.
Let's drop
I'm
it over.
surprised.
Well, I mean, if the ball does go, he's got a shot at it, but it's one of them that obviously just goes off the left-hand jaw, and from this angle you're not going to like it too much. Yeah, and he's going to be in a bit of trouble here, I think. Got the old 15-second shot clock in, which just panics you as well.
He can, even if he can't pot this, he can make a bit of a
Oh,
mess.
he's at the jaw. I'd be gutted about that.
I was going to say,
Yeah, because even if the ball sits over the hole,
yeah,
with the black up there as well.
Just get the yellow up next to the 8 ball or something like that. A lot could have gone right with that shot. He had to give it the best chance.
Oh, he's not played that way. I'm not sure he's thought about that.
No.
He's obviously tried to play it off the red slowly, but he's just caught the black. And now he's just going to tie the yellow up. Oh, wow. Karl's got a free go at this, really. I think I played a cross double. He could play the loss of turn as well. He could have played the cross double He's got it. Great shot.
God, long,
But he
what
could
a
have played
shot
the
that
cross
is.
double there and also potted the red over the top bag.
Yeah.
If he misses the cross double, he'd have snookered him. But he'll be delighted with this.
Well, ever. That's a heck of a turn of events from where Cormac Kerr was. Be a 7-0 win for Greg.
So Karl's going for the cut break. I mean, I thought he had to do something different. I didn't think he'd go to the cut break, but he's got a ball. But look at the balls; they just stopped, and they've absolutely come out lovely. I think.
Yeah.
I think all reds. You can
They
see
do.
that red near the black goes as well.
Yeah.
So it's good to have that camera angle because now we know that goes. I think everything else is fairly simple. Just got to
How funny.
hold yourself under pressure. It's just about getting. He's got one tricky-ish ball. As long as you're not stuck to that red, he's okay. And it's just finding the line to play the one to the bottom left, the one nearest the left middle to the bottom left. Does he just stop the white dead and then play it, or does he run through for the gap? Has he got the gap?
Find the gap, yeah.
He's just got the gap, I think.
Yeah.
But obviously, the only problem doing this, he then has to go back up for the other red to middle. But
He can leave that.
I think he might go for it now. Yeah,
I was going to say.
if he can screw up. Yeah. Oh, he's missed it. Oh no. Oh no.
I did not expect that.
That's the shot clock though. I think it just looked a bit rushed. And what I said earlier about Cormac and playing balls down the rail. Let's see how he goes about this.
Yeah, he's got one on either side of the table. The one on the right.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
Really not nice. The one on the left is okay. Yeah, one on bulk and probably just stand back to this one on the right hand side now.
Yeah.
It's not a bad place to play it from, but he's going to easily pull away from the cushion, especially with time pressure.
Again, you can
never
see
give it a
he's
chance.
not. Yeah, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure. If I have a word with him after, I'm sure he'll say to me he's not confident on balls down the rail.
Yeah.
They're just a different kind of stroke, aren't they?
Yeah.
Down the cushion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even though the balls, the cushions or the pockets play massive, you still have to time it right. And yeah, he just kind of
This isn't
dollied it
ideal.
over. Yeah, that's not a very good shot. I don't know if he tried half pot on that yellow, but
He has to leave this. Oh,
he's played a nice shot there. Really, he's potted that as thick and as slow as he could,
I know
and he's
that.
still only just on it.
He's going to have to pull out one here.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think I'll just decide to leave the ball to the top. Yep.
This isn't a gimme. You fancy him for
I
it,
think
but
I think he'll get it because the yellow isn't really in play. Oh,
dear me.
I didn't expect him to miss that.
Fuming. Never gave it a chance. And he's
We're
pretty
going to go all
much-
the way, and I think we are going to go all the way. I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to go to a 6-red shootout, not with 3 minutes on the clock. Not the way this. I think every frame has been a fairly quick one, so
This cue ball's moving away.
yeah, he's fine. I think he's got a natural up and down for the black.
There's going to be about 3:15 left on the clock. He's called his extension just to
Compose
give himself the chance to compose. Nice. All about this one. 6 each. makes a ball, makes two reds. Well, he will definitely like the look of this chance. There's work to do for sure.
Yeah, I think reds will be the choice.
It's not a gimme. There's definitely a bit of work to do, but he'll be very happy he's got the opportunity. It's kind of these two balls that are to the left-hand side of the 8. Finding the position on them. Ouch.
He's on it. He's put his hand up. He's on it. He's been very lucky.
Hasn't he ever?
I think he just played a bit of a.
He's got an angle to stun across as well for the other red into left centre. So.
Oh, he's underhit it.
Twitchy. Well, he's.
Do you play this to the corner? I think he plays it to the middle. And
I play it to middle and try and hold on the yellow.
Yeah. It's a big bag as well.
Yeah.
He's playing it to the corner though.
He is.
Oh, he's got it. Fair play. Good
Yeah,
shot.
that was a brave shot. That was a great
very
shot.
brave shot.
Oh, Karl will be fuming.
Absolutely. I think Karl was a better player as well.
Yeah.
But no, fair play to Cormac.
Yeah, a little
Good
touch
win.
of luck there. Little touch of luck from Cormac in the middle of that frame, and yeah, Karl's not going to be happy about that.